Well, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? The Dallas Cowboys have made a trade. Yes, you have heard that correctly. We have traded for a wide receiver, and it is none other than George Pickens. The Cowboys receive wide receiver George Pickens and a 2027 sixth-round pick in exchange for sending to the Steelers a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. There you have it. That is the trade that broke this morning from Adam Schefter over at ESPN. The Dallas Cowboys have officially gotten their wide receiver 2 alongside of CeeDee Lamb and, of course, Jalen Tolbert as well. So, there's been a lot, obviously, that we are going to talk about, but in this video, we are going to talk about, of course, the NBA playoffs and kind of recap the first round because the first round is over and we are well into the second round for sure. So, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below if you are into the NBA, MLB, basketball, sports, all of that stuff. We will talk about it here on the channel. I think what I do on Friday is I may go buy some sports packs and then open some cards on camera. So you guys can get some raw reactions there. That's maybe what I do, or save that for next week as well. So hit that sub button, leave a comment down below if you're into that sort of thing. Obviously, tomorrow we will talk a little NCAA baseball and some MLB baseball as well, as that is heating up and it is time for the postseason in NCAA. So we will talk about college baseball tomorrow, obviously, and then Friday is open the air. So you guys let me know what you would like to see on Friday in the comments down below. Without further ado, hit that like, subscribe, turn that bell on, and let us go ahead and talk about the NBA playoffs. All right, here we are. We have the bracket pulled up for you guys. Obviously, the first round has come to an end. I'm sure you guys know this by now. Thunder versus Nuggets in the conference semifinals in the West. T-Wolves versus Warriors in the conference semifinals as well. Over on the East, you got the Cavs versus the Pacers. And over in the East, you also have the Knicks versus the Celtics, which, by the way, has been an absolute banger of a game the other day for sure. Went into overtime. Jalen Brunson, I believe, hit that game-winning shot. Was absolutely wild to see. Last night, Tyrese Halliburton hit the game-winning shot against Cleveland as well. Now they go back to Indiana with Indiana up 2-0 on the Cavaliers. Cavs, they do have a young core, so obviously it is going to be a little bit shocking, but not that shocking if they do in fact win or lose this series. Obviously they're down 2-0, and it is already hard to come back down 2-0, especially when you're going to the other team's place as well. So Pacers could be looking to lock that series up here within the next couple of weeks, and they could be moving on to the conference finals as well. Over on the other side of the East bracket, Knicks, Celtics, like I said, New York is up 1-0 right now on Boston. However, I do expect Boston to, of course, come back down from that as well, just because they're so experienced when it comes to this. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those two guys do, of course, play the majority of the minutes for Boston, and they are just so experienced when it comes to the playoffs, obviously winning the finals in last year as well. So they are coming off finals run. They're coming off of that. They obviously are very, very overall experienced, and I would expect Boston to come back here in this series. Over in the western side of the bracket, the Grizzlies, they got swept by the Thunder in the first round, as the Thunder are up right now 1-0 on the Denver Nuggets as well. Again, Nikola Jokic, one of the best basketball players in the NBA right now. That's Shea versus Jokic. I think this is going to go back and forth. I really do. I could definitely potentially see this going 7 games, just because these two stars are battling it out basically for the MVP. So again, I could definitely see that series going to 7 games. Then over on the other side of the Western Conference, you got the Timberwolves. They are down 1-0 last night. Golden State, Steph Curry did get hurt. He missed the remainder of the game, and I'm not sure that we have an update regarding Steph Curry yet, but I expect if Steph Curry's out, then the T-Wolves could definitely come back and win this game. Obviously, this series rather. They got one game at home, or on the road, or they have one more game at home, of course, where they can even the series up, head to, of course, California and San Francisco, where they take on the Warriors, and they will be, of course, If they win that game, it'll be tied 1-1 going back to Cali. And of course, if Steph Curry comes back, then he could just take over the game versus Ant. I think that is where experience is going to come into play here. I think that Steph Curry and that roster is way more experienced than the Timberwolves roster in the playoffs. And that is pretty much what the NBA playoffs is all about. It is all about experience. Again, like I said with the Celtics, I think that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, I think that they could definitely all come back from this series as well. So, again, with that being said, my prediction for the conference finals, I've got Indy versus Boston in the conference finals. And then in the west side of the bracket, I got the Warriors versus, of course, the Thunder in the conference finals as well. And then the NBA finals, I actually have the Warriors going out of the West now that Los Angeles is eliminated. Originally, I had Los Angeles and the Lakers just because I thought that the media was going to portray them to make it where it was Lakers Celtics in the NBA finals. However, with that being said, I have the Nuggets, of course, winning, or the Thunder going on to the conference finals, losing to the Warriors, and the Warriors making it in the NBA finals. And then I have Boston over, of course, Indiana in my playoff bracket as well. As of this current point in time, I think that Boston does come back from New York. I just think they got super lucky when it comes to that. And I think that the Celtics will, of course, obviously make it to the NBA Finals championship. And then in the NBA Finals, I got Golden State, I got Boston in the NBA Finals. A very, very good matchup in my opinion. Ratings will be up. However, I think it is Steph Curry that gets his last ring before he retires. I think Steph Curry is on the verge of retirement as well. We have seen some clips and stuff where he's been talking about how tired and stuff he is. However, I think that the Warriors do get it done this year, and I think that they can definitely make it out of the West with one of the most experienced teams as well. So, again, to recap, the first round, we'll go backwards a little bit. Thunder Grizz, Thunder won, Nuggets Clippers, Nuggets won, Clippers got absolutely embarrassed in that game 7. Minnesota won 4-1 against LA. Then, of course, Golden State upset Houston. In the East, Cavs Heat. Cavs swept. Pacers Bucks. Pacers won 4-1. Obviously, I was a little disappointed in that one. Knicks Pistons. Knicks won that series as well. Celtics Magic, Celtics won that series as well. So that is where we are at the current point in time of the NBA playoffs. And my current prediction right now is that the Warriors will win the NBA Finals. Anyway, let me know about this in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree with my predictions in the comments down below? I know we haven't talked a lot of NBA basketball as of recently, just because the sport is kind of declining a little bit. Hopefully, we bring some love back to the game, though, a little bit. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments down below. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Again, tomorrow, we will talk a little NCAA baseball, as well as we are almost to postseason play. So we will talk some baseball. On Friday, we may rip some cards. We may talk a little Champions League action, because the final is going to be set after today. So we may give our predictions for that as well. Hit that sub button if you're into sports. Obviously, hit that sub button. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.